We'll call the May 19th, 2026 Board of County Commissioners meeting to order. Beth, will you call roll?
Barry?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
Bo?
Here.
Chris?
Here. We have a quorum. We'll proceed. If everybody please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, it brings us to item C, the consent agenda. Are there any questions, comments?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Discussion? Roll call, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Motion carried. Item D is public comment. This is the spot on the agenda. If anybody has a comment that's not on the agenda, now's the time to come up. Looks like we're going to move on to item E. County Highway, Tanner.
Good morning. Tanner Sean, County Highway. Okay, so for our load pass advisory committee, each county gets 2 votes. One comes from the county sheriff and then one from a county commissioner. With the option of redesignating one or both of the votes, the different representatives if it's seen fit. And in the past, Dennis had been designated with the vote from the commission side of things. And of course, with him retiring and talking to Commissioner Amberg, I'm asking for approval to redesignate me as a load pass voting representative from the commission and authorize Commissioner Amberg to sign.
Before we get to the change in the vote, there seems to be some things going on with load pass right now. Can you give just a little? I mean, I don't need you to explain the whole thing, but kind of everybody can have an idea of what's being tried as far as changing.
So they're proposing a new fee schedule to go from a gross vehicle weight to axle weight. It's overcomplicated, and the fees have major anomalies, and their current proposed schedule is not feasible. So they were going to vote to implement it starting in July at this meeting on Thursday. Well, they're now pushing it. They're going to vote to push it until January 1st, at least. So it's good. They're hearing our concerns, and they know they got to keep working on this.
And I guess the reason I bring it up is I've made a couple of phone calls also, along with Tanner, because it's crazy. There's a couple of deals in there where a vehicle to be roaded is going to cost $2 million. So it's just not the numbers aren't realistic. So I think working with it, and we'll keep on this end. I know a couple of the other counties are definitely on the same page with us. So just want everybody to be aware. So I guess what Tanner's asking is if we designate him the same way we had done with Dennis, in case somebody can't be there. What are the wishes of the board?
I would make that a motion.
No, second.
Okay, moved and seconded.
And authorize Commissioner Amberg to sign.
Correct.
Okay, got it. All right. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Steve?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Barry?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, engineering.
Morning, Commissioners. Brandon Farrell, County Engineering. Yesterday we opened the 25-214 countywide pavement marking bid tabs. We had 2 bidders. Traffic Safety Services Incorporated was the apparent low bidder. The engineer's estimate for the project was $277,642.23. The apparent low bidder was $312,457.62. We had budgeted $300,000 for the paint striping this year. came in a little above that. I would still recommend approving the apparent low bidder and going forward with that.
Okay, any questions for Brandon? If not, what are the wishes?
Make a motion to approve the traffic safety services for the county-wide pavement marking.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 3 is Veteran Services Officer grant. You have 1 hour and 55 minutes.
You want the interpretive dance before or after?
Go ahead and start out.
Good morning, commissioners, Mr. Chairman, and Bethany. Nice to see you. My name is Grant Carnes, Williams County Veteran Service Officer. I've been in the job 16 years in November. I'll start off with some numbers, the boring stuff with the important stuff in my office, I think. Fiscal year 2025, we had 2,589 veterans that resided in Williams County. Total income, money that came in from federal VA, $21.7 million. That's VA compensation, pension, education benefits, along with VA healthcare. Currently have 175 resident or veterans that reside outside of our county that we service through our office. Visits to date, year to date for 2026, 132 veterans. That does not count walk-ins, phone calls. That's strictly veterans. So over the course of the year, we performed 4 honor guard events, which is down quite a bit. Not quite sure why that is. Last year, we did 32 events during the whole year, and we've only done 4 this year. I guess honor guard events are also veteran funerals. That's probably a good thing. So, 21,000, just shy of $22,000. We've helped facilitate 2 veterans within our community. That's help with rent, hotels, living expenses, caregiver reimbursement, and vehicle repairs. That those funds do not come directly from my office. That's facilitated through my office, through the American Legion, Veterans United, Community Action. We've done 10 transports, mostly to Watford, Sydney, Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, Jamestown. It's a great program that we offer through our office, and I thank the commission for allowing me to utilize that Legion van through my office. It's tough to travel. We all know healthcare is tough to get access to. It's no different for veterans. So when a veteran has to do a surgery or travel any sort of distance outside of town, having access to that van has been critical to getting healthcare to our veterans. A lot of veterans have families, so to take time off of work, have a spouse have to take time off of work, facilitate daycare and that. It's been a great asset, so I thank you guys for that. Food boxes, we're still do just under 50 food boxes a year through our office with the help of our community partners at Gloria Day Church. These are veterans that helps offset those fixed income veterans. So they get a food box through our office. Robin calls them up. They stop in, pick them up, or she delivers them if and when needed. Mental health continues to be a struggle for our veterans, not only in our country, but also where we're at. Access to that care is critical. Utilizing telehealth has been an option. Sometimes not always the best option, but an option. With the help of the VA, Connect Us Therapy, and other community partners, we've really curtailed our veteran suicide in our county. Fiscal year 2025, it was just under 5. It was average was like 4.9 for Northwest North Dakota, and year to date, knock on wood, we haven't had one yet this year. So, and I credit that to the Vet Center out of Minot coming up here every other week for 2 days, Connect Us Therapy and telehealth. Our VA clinic has moved. It's up behind the trampoline park now. That was kind of a cause for concern for me. Veterans don't like change. And then having it right off 26th Street, we did get a little kickback on that. Nothing we could do. It's a contract facility, but I think our veterans are utilizing the facility, so which is good. The American Legion is in the works to purchase River's Edge. Why does that play into what I do? It's going to be a place where veterans can meet with families now. There's going to be a spot on the west side of that building where the Quonset is that the American Legion is hoping to open up to more family-friendly events. If you've ever been down to our Legion Club, obviously it's a bar, so we got to be 21 and over, but to have that option and have that access for families, barbecues, tournaments, cornhole tournaments, and things like that, pretty excited about that. Over the past couple of years, the American Legion has done community events, the main one being the community bowling. I'm sure you all seen the sign. It's been met with huge success. So it's not just another bar for the American Legion, it's also a great place for veterans within our community to be able to meet. So really looking forward to that. One trend that I am seeing, and it's something that's going on across our nation, are claim sharks. So when it comes to VA money, any federal money, these unscrupulous people tend to come out of the woodworks. And in doing so, they take advantage of our nation's greatest asset, our veterans, I think. We're seeing quite a few of these companies kind of pop up and put flyers up in gas stations or reaching out to cold calling our veterans. I'm not sure how they're getting the numbers, but I ask you if you're getting calls on from any of our constituents on these claim sharks. Taxpayers pay for me to be in that job, to do that job. They shouldn't be paying money, and they shouldn't be giving up any of their funds for a job that I perform. Essentially, they're already paying for me to be in this position and do that job. So if you're seeing anything, you see them in the gas stations or whatever, make sure you let me know. It allows me to keep my finger on that pulse. We've seen a huge uptick last quarter of last year in eastern Montana. I'm not sure if these people were driving through, putting on clinics. That's kind of what I heard. And unfortunately, they're charging 30-40% of a veteran's potential back pay. And it's illegal. First of all, it is illegal, but it's hard to, there's so many of them, the VA can't track them. So if you're seeing any of this stuff, make sure and please let me know. Just heard a rumor too, VA long-term care facility at Veterans Home, potentially coming to Northwest North Dakota. Where that is, I'm not sure. Like I said, I've been doing this job 16 years. It was a rumor when I started. Currently, North Dakota's Veterans Home is in Lisbon, all the way on the other side of the state. Eastern Montana and northwestern North Dakota, western North Dakota would be greatly served by having this. So I look forward to those discussions with Senator Hogan and his staff to hopefully facilitate that. Nothing's fast in the VA world, but it'd be nice to see that in western North Dakota for sure. Any questions for me?
Anybody got any questions for Grant?
I do. First of all, thank you for your work. Of that 175 served outside of Williams County, I assume like any residents of Eastern Montana are welcome to contact you as well.
So over the last year, when the claim sharks started to pop up, Sydney specifically, I had a cluster of calls in about 3 weeks where it was just shy of 50 phone calls out of Sydney itself. I reached out to Montana Department of Veterans Affairs, explained my situation, what's going on. Montana is not set up like the state of North Dakota. North Dakota Century Code mandates each county and tribal entity will have a county veteran service officer or tribal service officer. Montana is not set up that way. They have a regional service officer. Montana's big. It's hard for them to get to all the little communities in eastern Montana. I don't turn veterans away. I try to guide them through the process and the proper channels to seek their services. In doing so, I would like to say I don't turn veterans away. Let me be clear on that. But I do try to facilitate that and do a soft turnover to them. I don't kick veterans out if they're from Montana and there's a VSO that's coming to Sydney or Fairview. I don't say, nope, I can't see you anymore. So year to date, you know, and for my 16 years, I haven't really said, no, I can't help you. But I do see that writing on the wall at some point in the future because the numbers are just growing here. And if we keep growing and the issues keep arising in Eastern Montana, then Montana is going to have to be accountable for their veterans. So,
Yeah, I bring that up because I believe my father's been and visited with you, but some other gentlemen I know in like the Bainville area, they're veterans and are having to travel to Billings for services and stuff, and they're frustrated. Of course, if we're not allowed to advertise that, but I told him, I said, you know, give Grant a call and see what he can do for you, because even though we have a border over there, it's an imaginary line to me. I mean, it's tough to turn folks away when they need help. But thank you for all your work. I mean, that's
exactly,
great.
Bo. I appreciate that. I'm not patting myself on the back when I'm pretty good at my job. So the word gets out, hey, call Grant. I do my best to try to facilitate and help all veterans. Like you say, that's just an imaginary line over there. But at the same time, Montana's got to be responsible for their veterans as well. So
No questions, just appreciation, Mr. Carnes. Thank you. I wish our community was more aware of what you do and how you serve our veterans. Thank you.
Okay, everybody good? Grant, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
thank you.
Okay, looks like, is there any department heads that needed to address us before? Okay, Helen, looks like you're up.
Good morning. It's a hot mic today. All right, you see the staffing report in your packet. We have a number of positions that we are seeking permission to refill. It's spring, I guess people are on the move. There's a transfer to a different department in here. We have a couple of moms staying home with kids, somebody moving out of the area. I guess it's that time of year, right? So permission to fill those 5 positions.
Let's so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
Move second, and any discussion? Roll call, please.
Chris,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Second item, which I'm dropping onto the agenda because I only realized what was happening late yesterday. You'll see there's actually I emailed it to you because it didn't make it in the packet. It's a fairgrounds rental fee waiver application and agreement. This is a document that relates to the conversation we had recently about different kinds of organizations and the reservations that had been made at the fairgrounds prior to us taking over the facility. Commissioner Anderson made a motion in which we were going to waive the fees for those folks, and so this is just to get us in legal compliance. They'll fill out this form. We'll move that. The actions that Commissioner Anderson's motion and your approval of that motion started. We'll use this form to do it. From legal, the advice was that this needed to be a commission approved form, not just a staff created form. So that's why you have it in front of you. You see, it's real basic information.
It's basic. So we didn't really come up with a solution to what we were doing. Or is this the solution?
I would say this is not a solution. More discussion to be had long term.
But this is just to get us up to where we are, and then we can still have the discussion.
Right. We think that the motion, our interpretation of the motion is it gets us really up to and through the fair because all of those events had been pre-scheduled. So yeah, we'll bring something forward to the commission at some point to have that discussion.
Makes sense.
So I need board approval on the form, please.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, a little background, and then more of an update for you than anything you have to take action on. So many years ago in the 80s, city of Williston and Williams County used the Century Code allowed process to create a joint library. And really what that means is that at the time, as I understand it, the books that the county held in a county library were condensed, combined with the city of Williston Library. And by Century Code, then there are provisions that allow for the county and the city to jointly collaborate on not just the administration of the library, but more importantly, the funding for most purposes. So there is a joint powers agreement that exists that we actually redid in 2023 that dictates the terms and how we work together. And because the city and the county, we each have a levy, which primarily funds the library, there are provisions in this JPA that say wherever possible, we are going to provide the resources to help keep costs at the library low. And so it says explicitly that either the city or the county will be the fiscal agent for the joint library funds. So we each levy, the funds come together, and then somebody needs to pay the bills. And through conversations over the last year, but really over the last 6 months, the county made the offer that we would take over those fiscal agent duties. And when you think about it, this is merely paying the bills, keeping the records, and providing reports. It doesn't change any of the administrative function at the library, but just really who's doing this little bit of work. And so I'm giving you the update to say we've had these conversations and the city has indicated that they would like us to take over those duties. Now, of course, I've been talking to our finance director. We feel well positioned. This would be, the function of this work wouldn't be any different than what we do for weed control, vector control, water board, park board. There's a board that operates a little agency, and we do the work for them, but actually have very little involvement in the decisions. So this will be the same thing for the city. This fiscal agent operation of the library has been a little unique. They don't have the other boards that we have that they're doing this work for. So we think we have some efficiency and some ways to do it that will relieve the city of a little bit of complication. So you all, if you told me, no, you guys can't do this, we've changed our mind, the county isn't going to do this, I would need to know that today, because tonight I'm going to the joint library board meeting to say, yep, we're good, here's the plan. And then the joint library board, per the JPA, the joint library board has to actually make the designation that the county will be their quote unquote treasurer instead of the city. Now this doesn't change, the JPA clarifies, and again, when we wrote the JPA in 23 or updated it, we tried to cover all the bases that we could, or that we understood might be a complication in the future. And so the JPA says that the employees are employees of the city. And so even though we're going to be paying bills on behalf of this group, that isn't going to change any of the details or the day-to-day activities for staff, administration, and any of those kinds of things. Any questions for me?
I see in here for like the directors, it says for the directors shall be residents of the county and appointed by Williams County Board of Commissioners. So those applications come to us for review, or do they still go to the library board and then just come to us for approval?
Oh, yeah. So any board positions that are open in Williams County that are open to the public and appointed by this board, we have the same process, 60 days-ish ahead of the board meeting of the group. We publish the opening. And then we collect those applications. They're reviewed by legal to make sure that they meet the obligations, the requirements of the role. So for example, in this case, I couldn't apply because I'm not a resident of the county, I'm a resident of the city. And I mean, all city residents are in the county, but we know what that means. And And I just said that, but actually this is why we have legal do it. Maybe I am a resident of the county by definition here, but anyway, so legal reviews it, then it goes to that board. So our process when we established it, I don't know, it must have been early in your time on the board, right? 5, 6, 8 years ago. I know. What we wanted to collaborate with those boards and provide them the opportunity to give you feedback. And so you'll see that in the background what happens is I receive an email, and I think typically you're carbon copied on that says here's the recommendation coming out of that board. Now you all are the final authority. You're not, like so many things, you're not obligated to take the recommendation of that board, but you do get feedback from the board in making that decision. So yeah, we have 2 seats open. We have historically, or in the past up until recently, we had appointed an employee to one of those county seats, and that one is open. And so well, we've collected applications. It is my intention probably to bring forward an employee name for one of those seats and then a community member for the other. But next meeting, I'll give you that information, and you all are the deciders. So however you're going to want to do that.
And the reason I bring that up is because I do occasionally get constituents with concerns on directions of where the library is going, has been. So, I mean, if for some reason we don't think the path that the library is on is being constructive, if there's a person that applied for one of those positions, the county commission could appoint them in lieu of that board's recommendation, correct?
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
You guys are the final deciders of who sits in those seats. Yep.
Okay, any other questions? I don't necessarily think you need a motion, you just need a general consensus, and I would say we move forward because I believe this is gonna help the city and their finance department, and Christy hasn't walked out yet, so I assume she's okay with it. So I mean, I would be good with us moving forward. What do you need? Anybody against it?
Yeah, I would agree that, I mean, having somebody from our finance committee on the board, but as treasurer and helping and making sure that their finances are in order and going forward, because, I don't think we need to be or want to be in the situation we were put in with their finances recently. So it would be good to get that fixed and make sure that they're aware that it needs to be straight and fixed in the years coming. So thank you.
Yeah, as I say, we've identified from the city that because they don't typically administer funds for another political subdivision, it has created complication for them. We're already doing that for 4 boards, so it does feel like it will create some efficiency.
Okay, if nobody has any problems, I'd say move forward.
Great.
Thank you.
That's all I have for you, unless you have any questions for me.
I see none. Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate it. That
Mhm.
puts us at item G, which is adjournment.